back and we're going to continue now with this fella, the bounty hunter from Talisman, as you remember from the last video. And so far what we've managed to do is as hopefully you can see, we've base coated him and we've base coated him, give the skin up and the trousers a wash, and now we're going to do our base coats on the metal areas, and for that we're going to be using Warclock bronze. Now, what we'll be doing for this is just a little bit on our palette, a spot of water, there we are, and I'm going to be putting this everywhere where it's metal. So that is, let's just this, and all over here we have metal armour. Looking at the what do we call it, the illustration on the character card, it seems all this area is a metal sleeve, and you have a metal net as well. I might be wrong on this. In fact, that doesn't look correct to me, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do these little ball things on the bottom, and I will go over the net again with a paler brown colour when this bit is dried. I'm also going to go over the handle of his sword here, and do the front and the back, like so. This bit I believe will be metal as well. I think I've just gone over some of his skin with this metal, but I can always go back again, so not a problem. This I would say will be metal. And that would be like a shin guard, a turret shin guard. And then we have these hoops. These knobbly bits here will be metal, but I'm not going to go over all of those because I might as well just pick them out individually with pale metallic colour that we're going to be using on it. The edge of this staff, or whatever it may be, is going to be metallic, and I think that is it. The rest of it will be leather. Okay, so what we have next to do is using the rhinox hide, need to put a little bit more on because I've used most of it. There we are. So we have the Rhinox hide, and I'm going to mix with that. Put that, so that's over here. And with the Rhinox hide, we're going to be mixing some, not that one, not that one. Where are you? Found you. We're going to be mixing in some Wazdaka red. And this is to give it even more of a reddish colour. And we're having more of this red than the brown because I want it more reddish. I want it much more reddish because this is the highlight colour for the leather. Okay. A little bit again of water goes into this. And now get the brush to a nice point, and then we can just add bits of red to the edges of these leather areas, like so. Again, I'm not really too bothered about going over any of the lumpy bits because we're going to be, as I say, sorting that with whatchamacallit, oh dear, my brain switched off now. I'm going to be going over that with something like Runefang steel or whatever metallic colour we're going to use. It probably will be Runefang steel, to be honest. Here we are with just and we're going to add a little bit of the red to there as well. Now what we also want to do is go over these straps, like so. And so we're just picking out the red area, also on the leather areas, to make it look like a more leatherish colour, adding more red to it. And from that we're also going to paint over the net that we have. I'm going to cover the net completely, give it a completely different colour from the rest of his leather, because we're going to be coming back to this and making this a lot lighter. This we're going to use as I said, the base colour. So I want this much more of a reddish brown, and in this we're going to be mixing another colour to make it that much paler when we come to highlight it. And that looks like it. There we are. Okay, so that was the highlights on the leather areas. I'm going to be changing brushes now, using a finer brush, and we're going to be going back into the Ballor brown that we're using for the flesh tone. And now we're going to be going over some of the raised areas with this colour. In fact, what we're going to do first is add a little bit of our old faithful Screaming Skull into the mix when I find it. There we are. Just a little bit of this, just to make it a much paler colour, well, a slightly paler colour. Have a little bit of that and a spot of that. There we are. And you could probably have used something like Kisler Flesh or whatever for this. You didn't have to mix. But for a flesh tone, I always like mixing the main flesh tone I use with the Screaming Skull. That way it ties in a lot better. Yeah. Just need to add a touch of water. And just pick out the raised areas. Like so. And we'll have a little bit down here underneath these fingers. And now into the back. Pick up some of the muscle definition there. And that is that. Okay, next we're going to be using again some of the Screaming Skull. Only a little bit again. And then into that we're going to be mixing some of the Caliban green. And this is just a few touches here and there. We are not going incredibly overboard on this. It's just a few touches just to show that light is hitting and give it that 3D look, which is what we want. Alright. And that's all we need for that. And now while we're waiting for everyone else to dry, let's get out the Runefang steel. And we'll add some of this to our palette. There we go. And all we're doing is just putting spots here and there of where the Runefang steel is going to be. I'm just going to wipe the brush off and then just dry brush gently over, oops, open the camera as well. There we go, the pairs of handcuffs that he has attached to his person. And the head of the staff of whatever description it may be. I'm not 100% certain of what it's supposed to be. Perhaps somebody might be able to tell me. Well, we'll just dry brush over these weights on the net as well. There we are. And now it's time for the rope, the net rather, to be highlighted, and for that we are using yet again not Ushabtivo, Screaming Skull, and into the Screaming Skull we're putting a touch, not much, of the mix that we made for the highlight colour for the leather. Wipe it off and then just dry brush downwards like so. And that really is it for this character. Next, what we need to do is go around the edge of the base. For that we're using black, the Abaddon black. I think that's the colour I used for the others. I'm going to use this as like a base coat anyway. If it isn't that colour I used, I can come back and redo it later. I think it was the black anyway I used, yeah, but as I say, I can double check a little later. But it's just around the edge. Oh yeah, I'll do the top as well, just so you can see how it looks. It almost looks as though it's completed, you know, even if it's only got a blackened base. Oh yeah. So that's Freddie Mercury, sorry, the Bounty Hunter done. When we come back, we're going to be doing the basing on this figure. So that hopefully won't be too far off. So I will see you in a bit.